It starts as a question, a thought, a yearning, a quest, an innate, indisputable calling from voices familiar but unknown, a connection past the family you can touch, the love that you can see, past a world inhabited by you and me. It's a journey, you see, to the other side, to healing, to self-nourishment, to freedom, back to love, back to the earth, back home.
Hi everyone, I am Kennae. I use she, her pronouns, and thank you for joining me today for this spring yoga class. You know, a lot of things are going on in the world right now, and instead of using yoga as a practice for escapism or enlightenment, which both are often done in Western and American yoga, we're actually going to use yoga for what it was actually created for, a practice of liberation and collective care for all of us. In this session, we are going to begin slowly by inviting spring into our lives, noticing the Kapha energy, which is a combination of both earth and water, and how those elements make mud to allow us to move slow as we begin to transition. If for any reason you find this practice to be a little bit challenging, make sure you look into the notes for all of the ways that you can make this practice a little more accessible for you. As always, I thank you for being here, and let's get started. Hey, I'm back. Before we get started for our practice today, I wanted to mention a couple of the tools that you should have available to you. A yoga strap would be great. I like the ones with the D-ring, but if a strap is not available to you, you can always use a very stretched sock, an old towel, a belt, or a tie. Make it accessible for you. Don't feel like you have to rush out and go buy a bunch of equipment. Use what you have readily available. The next thing I would offer to you is a yoga carpet space for you to use. The best thing you want is something that's going to prevent you from sliding as you're moving throughout your practice. You want to make sure it's very firm, not too padded, because again, if you use one of those foam mats that are really thick, it might provide extra cushion for the knees if we get to the knees, but it'll also cause you to slide throughout your movement. Just a couple things to think about. Again, if you do not have a yoga mat, feel free to just use the carpet or the bare earth. You could even take this practice outside and use grass or concrete.
We are called to assist the earth to heal her wounds and in the process heal our own. Indeed, to embrace the whole creation and all its diversity, beauty, and wonder. Begin to locate the spine lying on the earth. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze, begin to focus on the breath. Notice how the earth is holding you here and all your vastness. Notice the connection between the backside of the body and the earth. Once you're ready, begin to inhale, bringing the arms up overhead and giving yourself a hug. Continue breathing here and maybe walking the fingertips back towards the shoulders, drawing the elbows closer together on the chest. Staying connected with the breath. And then exhaling, extending arms back out. Inhaling them back together, opposite arm on top. Again, walking fingertips back towards the shoulders. Staying connected to the breath, moving slowly and gently here. Begin to draw awareness to your intention for your practice today. Before exhaling and releasing the arms out to the sides. Begin to take the movement that the body's asking for, extending the arms up overhead, spreading fingertips. And draw the right knee towards the chest, and then the left. Placing the hands on top of the knees, gently begin to take slight rocks side to side. Noticing the movement that the body is asking for. Slowly begin to draw knee circles going to the right. And then switching directions and going to the left. Notice the connection between the lower back and the tailbone here with the earth. And take notice and begin to move nice and slow here. Begin to slow down and move even slower, changing directions for the knees. As you inhale, extend the arms in one direction, legs in the other, wiggling fingers and toes, stretching nice and long before drawing the knees back to the chest, this time placing hands behind the knees, gently rocking side to side. Maybe taking the feet up towards ceiling or sky, finding happy baby, grabbing the inner arches of the feet, the ankles, or the big toes if that's available to you. Slowly begin to stretch one leg at a time, extending the toes up past the shoulder, noticing the movement that the backside of the legs is asking for. Returning to your center in that happy baby, releasing the toes or the feet, drawing the knees back together, extending legs and arms in opposite directions, big stretch, before exhaling and drawing knees to chest again. And gently rocking side to side. Extend the left leg down to the mat, keeping the right knee bent. As the left foot is placed, left knee bent, draw the right foot to the top of the knee or the thigh on the left side. Left hand holds the foot or ankle, right hand presses away on the right knee, breathing deeply here into the hips. Release the hands from the knee and the foot and drop the knees over to the left side, as close to the earth as you can, keeping them crossed. Taking your gaze and arms over to the right side, breathing deeply into the spinal twist. As you exhale, gently soften here, returning to the center, extending the right leg up towards ceiling or sky, and grabbing either the space behind the knee, the calf, or the ankle, extending the right leg straight. Breathe nice and deep here. Notice the wisdom coming forward in the right leg. Switching legs. Right foot is planted, right knee is bent. Draw the left foot to the knee or thigh on the right side. Placing the left hand on the left knee, pressing away from the body. Right hand draws the left ankle or foot down towards the right hip. Once again, breathing nice and deep here. Releasing arms out to the left, the gaze follows. Drop the knees over to the right side of the mat, as close to the earth as possible for you. Legs still remaining crossed, and breathing here into the spine. As you soften, return to the center, uncrossing the legs and extending the left leg up towards ceiling or sky. Again, straightening that leg. Feel free to place the hands behind the knee, on the calf, the ankle, or even the toes. Maybe taking circles here to soften the ankles or engage the soles of the feet. Once you're ready, drawing that left leg down to the mat. Extending both legs up to the ceiling, take a deep breath in, reaching towards the ankles or toes before exhaling down. Arms and legs come down to the earth. As you inhale, draw the arms down to the sides, pressing into the earth. Arising on the elbows, your gaze looks at the toes, engaging the core. Exhaling down. Inhaling, arms back up overhead. And then drawing the legs back up towards ceiling or sky. Again, inhale. Rising, fingertips coming towards ankles or toes, before releasing arms and legs down to the mat. Big inhale, drawing hands down to the sides, pressing into the earth. Flex the feet here, this time supported on the elbows. Gaze comes towards the toes before exhaling down. Then draw the knees to the chest. Begin to gently rock forward and back until you bring yourself up into a seated position. Finding the length in the spine here. Sweep the legs around front if that's available to you. We're going to start with a fire log pose. So we're drawing the right foot or ankle to the top of the left calf or knee. Find the length in the spine, maybe gently pressing down on the right knee and focusing the breath here into the hips.
Allow the shoulders to fall towards the earth, and then release the right foot, extending both legs out, shaking them side to side. Then bringing the right foot to the earth, bending the knee. Left foot or ankle comes to the top of the right foot or ankle before sliding it up to the calf or the knee. Again, finding the length in the spine and using the left hand to place down on the left knee. As you exhale, gently release both legs again forward, gently shaking them side to side before planting both feet, taking the feet out as wide as possible, and then alternating between dropping one knee at a time towards the center of your mat or the earth. Feel free to use the hands as a support here behind you to relieve some of the impression on the center of the body. Once you're ready, place both feet wider than the hips and gently begin to press the knees together towards the center of the mat. Begin to stay connected here with the breath before bringing the soles of the feet together for butterfly posture and allowing the knees to fall out wide. You can place the hands here on the toes, the ankles, or the feet, but find the length in the spine while relaxing the shoulders down towards the earth. Maybe taking a little bounce here or extending both legs out to the sides. So take a look. Begin to flex the toes and point the toes, alternating here, engaging the soles of the feet. And once you're ready, taking the left arm into the inner left thigh, inhaling the right arm up overhead, reaching over ear and head. Breathing deeply into the right side of the body, opening up the ribs, and ensuring the right hip does not leave the earth. On your inhale, use the right arm to draw it down towards the inner right thigh, inhaling left arm up, overhead, over ear. Breathing deeply into the left side of the body. Notice the spaciousness that is created here in the ribs. And staying connected with the breath. On your inhale, draw back up to the center before releasing both fingertips down towards the earth. If it is available to you, begin to tint the fingers, walking them forward, extending the arms ahead. Here you can point the toes or flex the feet depending on the intensity you want to feel in the inner thigh. As you walk the fingertips forward, allow the head to fall between the shoulders, ears to relax between the shoulders. Begin to stay connected and breathe deeply here before softening and slowly walking the fingertips into the body. Make your way to all fours on your mat and begin by curling the toes, sending the hips back towards the heels of the feet. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Again, inhaling and rocking the hips forward, exhaling and sending the hips back towards the heels. Release the toes, shaking out the feet, stretching the arches, and moving right into cat and cow. So inhale, drawing your gaze forward, dropping the belly, before exhaling, drawing chin towards chest and rounding the spine for cat. Inhaling, drawing shoulders away from ears, gaze coming up and forward. Exhale, drawing chin towards chest, rounding the spine. Continue to take this movement for a few more breaths, noticing what is available to you and what the body is asking for. Maybe holding your cat posture or your cow posture a little bit longer, noticing what is happening with the breath and what parts of the body are asking to be engaged. Once you're ready, curling the toes once again, pressing the hips back, gently bending the knees and rising up to your downward facing dog. As hips are high, slowly begin to
press the heart back towards the thighs, inhaling up to the tippy toes and down to the balls of the feet. Again, inhaling up and exhaling down, breathing into the backside of the body. If it's available to you, begin to walk the dog by bending one knee at a time, maybe even shifting the weight to one foot or the other, before softening the gaze, bending the knees, slowly beginning to walk forward towards the top of your mat. Allow the hands to be placed here, legs are straight. Inhale, rising halfway up, drawing shoulders away from ears, before exhaling down, releasing the heart towards the thighs. Soften the fingertips. Inhaling, rising halfway up once again, maybe placing hands on shins or thighs, and exhaling down towards the earth again. Taking a slight bend in the knees, chin comes towards the chest, slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time, finding a standing posture. As you find Tadasana or mountain pose, release the fingertips out to the sides as if you are being planted into the earth. Allow the shoulders to hang heavy, fingertips to extend. And then begin to inhale, rising up towards ceiling or sky. Spreading the fingertips, joining palms together, interlacing fingers. And taking the fingertips over to the right side of the body. Inhaling up to the center and then taking the fingertips over to the left side. Again, breathing deeply into the right side of the body before returning to the center. Separating the hands and swan diving into your forward fold. As you inhale, rise halfway up, straightening the arms, and then exhale, coming back down towards your mat in forward fold. Begin to step back, finding your version of plank, or dropping the knees if that feels more available to you. You're going to squeeze the glutes here, pressing the hips forward, pubic bone forward, draw the shoulders away from the ears, lifting the chin if it's available to you, and taking the feet out wide behind you. Gently rock side to side before joining the toes together, pressing back, finding child's posture. Remember, throughout our practice, for any reason, you're more than welcome to come into child's posture. Here to reconnect with your intention, reconnecting with the breath, and even noticing the intimacy here between you and your mat, or you and the earth. Inhale, coming forward. Again, squeezing glutes, sinking the pubic bone forward, shoulders back, chin lifted, feet out wide, gently rocking side to side. And once again, exhaling back to a neutral spine. Step the left foot forward for a half lunge. Once you're stable, inhale here, sweeping fingertips up towards ceiling or sky. As you exhale, begin to draw the hips forward, keeping the hips squared if that's available to you. Breathing nice and deep. Place the left hand on knee or thigh, right hand on the earth, and inhale the left arm up towards ceiling or sky. Your gaze follows before reaching behind you. Inhale, returning back to your center, taking both hands down towards the inside arch of the left foot and walking the left foot out towards the outer corners of your mat, maybe even off the mat. Allow yourself to sink deeper here before heel-toeing the left foot back into the mat. Shift the hips back, moving between pointing the toes and flexing the foot here, engaging different aspects of the muscles within the legs, noticing the hips are back towards the right foot. Once you inhale, bend the left knee, coming back forward. Both hands are planted inside the arch of the foot. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Once stable, right foot comes forward. Inhaling, fingertips up towards ceiling or sky. Again, spreading fingertips to ensure the stretching between the webbing of the feet, fingers, and sending the hips forward. On your exhale, both hands sweep down towards the inside arch of the right foot. Right hand comes to the knee, heel-toeing that right foot outside of the mat. Allow the hips to sink deeper. Heel-toe the right foot back towards the mat, and as you inhale, slide the left hand towards the center of your mat. Right hand comes to the knee, opening up the chest, reaching towards ceiling or sky. Your gaze follows. Exhale, taking the right arm back behind you, staying connected with the gaze here, before inhaling back up towards the center. Stepping right foot back to meet the left, squeezing glutes forward, sending pubic bone towards the mat, lifting chin, lifting shoulders and heart, finding that cobra. Begin to take any movement that the neck is asking for. Notice what movement is desired here for the shoulders or the hips. Begin to curl the toes, send the hips back here, finding downward facing dog. Hips are high, heart is pressed back towards the thighs. Staying connected to the breath. Take a deep breath in here, slight bend in the knees, slowly step to the top of the mat. Finding your forward fold. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, breathing nice and deep here, backside of the body. And then inhale, rising halfway up, shoulders away from the ears, heart forward. Bending the knees, dropping chin down towards the chest, once again rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Begin to gently rock here as you inhale, sweeping fingertips or ceilings or sky, drawing palms together and again exhaling over to the right side. As you inhale, come up towards the center and swan dive down towards your forward fold. Again, lifting chest and shoulders, exhaling down, taking a deep bend in the knees, stepping back into your plank. Again, dropping knees down towards chest and exhaling, lowering down into your chaturanga. As you inhale, find your cobra before curling toes, pressing the hips back for downward facing dog. Now here, shift the weight to the left foot, extend the right leg up behind you for three-legged dog. Start to take circles with the knees and the ankles, opening up the hips in one direction and then maybe taking them into the opposite direction. Release that right foot down towards the mat. Before taking the gaze forward, step the right foot forward, again finding half lunge. Inhale, sweeping fingertips up towards ceiling or sky. Exhaling, left hand to the earth, right fingertips up towards ceiling or sky before reaching back behind you. Bring fingertips forward, walking the right foot towards the edge of the mat. Curl the toes on the left foot here, finding a high lunge. Once you're ready, slight bend in the knee, hop or step to the top of the mat, finding your forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway up, and then reverse swan diving up towards ceiling or sky. Draw the palms together. Pause here. Inhale, drawing fingertips up towards ceiling or sky. Drawing the palms together and reaching over to the left side. Inhaling up to the center, separating and swan diving into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifting. Exhale, stepping back, finding your plank. Exhaling, lowering down into your chaturanga and inhaling up into your cobra before curling the toes, sending hips back, finding your downward facing dog. Shift the weight over to the right foot, drawing left foot back behind you, drawing knee circles, ankle circles, or hip circles before taking them in the opposite direction, stepping that left foot forward, finding your half lunge. Dropping knee to the mat, inhale, rising up before sending the hips forward. Right hand meets the mat, left hand comes up towards ceiling or sky before reaching back. Inhale, the arm forward, inside the arch of the foot, while stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Curl the toes here, pressing back into downward facing dog. Again, breathing nice and deep here into the backside of the body before taking gaze forward, maybe rocking up to tippy toes and toes. Slowly stepping to the very top of your mat and once again rising halfway in your forward fold. As you exhale, coming back down, softening the spine. Inhale, rising all the way up to ceiling or sky, drawing the palms together and bringing them to heart center. Again, pausing here to re-engage your intention for your practice. Allowing the shoulders to relax down towards the earth. Reconnect if you've been disconnected from the breath in this moment. Inhale, drawing the arms up towards ceiling or sky. Reaching over to the right side, right hand grabs left wrist, opening up the side body before returning to the center. Exhaling into your forward fold. Inhaling halfway up before exhaling and stepping back, finding your plank. Exhaling, lowering down into your chaturanga and softening up into your cobra. Find downward facing dog and shift the weight to the left foot, extending the right one behind you. As you open up the hip, draw the right knee forward before taking it back. On your next inhale, right knee comes to the right elbow before taking it back. One more time, stepping the right foot forward, finding a high lunge here. So the right knee is bent, foot is planted. Inhale, sweeping up towards ceiling or sky. Rotate the left foot so it's planted on the earth. Extend the fingertips out to the sides. Inhaling forward and exhaling back, finding your warrior one. Before drawing left hand to calf or thigh of the left leg, inhaling right arm up overhead. Pulling yourself back up to the center, allow the right fingertips to fall towards the earth. Left arm comes up towards ceiling or sky, your gaze follows. As you exhale, left hand comes down towards the mat, rotating onto the left toes, finding that high lunge before stepping the right foot back to meet the left. Hips are high, heart is pressed back towards the thighs. Gaze comes forward, slight bend in the knees, hop or step to the top of the mat, finding your forward fold before swan diving up towards ceiling or sky. Palms come together and find heart center. Begin to take a couple rocks here before releasing fingertips out towards the earth. Noticing the earth under the feet before inhaling and sweeping up towards ceiling or sky. This time, left hand grabs right wrist, drawing over to the left side, opening up the right side body. Inhale up to the center before exhale and swan diving into your forward fold. If it's available to you, lift the heart halfway. While exhaling, slowly bend the knees, hop or step back into your plank. Squeezing belly button towards spine. Exhale, lowering down into your chaturanga. Inhaling up, opening heart and chin. Then pressing back into your downward facing dog. This time shifting the weight over to the right foot, extend the left leg behind you. Taking circles or drawing that left knee forward before exhaling back. And once again, drawing left knee towards left elbow before exhaling back. And then stepping the left foot forward for a high lunge. Once you find yourself stable here, inhale, sweeping up towards ceiling or sky. Empowering through the right heel, knee bent. Allow the hips to reach forward. Rotate the right toes and foot so they come flat on the earth. Extend fingertips out to the sides, reaching forward and back before the right hand finds calf or thigh. Left fingertips reach back over the head and ear. Then as you inhale, use the left hand to pull you up towards the center. Fingertips on the left side. Plug into the earth. Right hand extends towards ceiling or sky. Your gaze follows. As you exhale, bring the right hand down towards the mat, rotating onto the right toes. Left foot steps back to meet the right. And finding all fours here, pressing back into your child's posture. This time, soften the shoulders by stacking forearms and allowing them to rest underneath the forehead. Acknowledging this moment, revisiting your intention, reconnecting with your breath. Inhale, lifting the head and making your way to all fours here. Stepping the right foot forward, extending the hips back towards the left heel. And again, moving between pointing the toes and flexing the foot on the right side. Lifting the heart, drawing shoulders away from the ears. As you inhale, rock forward, bending into the right knee. Curling the toes on the left foot before rotating the foot down. Walk the fingers towards the center of your mat here. And maybe heel toe the feet a little closer together. Using the hands as a kickstand if that's available to you, lift heart before exhaling and allowing the heart and head to relax down towards the earth. If it's available to you, find spaciousness on the forearms connecting with the earth, softening the fingertips. Walk the fingers forward, tinting them, and allowing the head and ears to fall between the shoulders down towards the earth. Take the breath and direct it towards the backside of the body, keeping the hips square. Once you're ready, soften the fingertips, walking them into the body, back through the center, and reaching behind you. Plant them on the earth here if that is available to you. Soften the fingertips and return to the center, taking your gaze forward. Maybe heel toeing the feet together a little bit more. The right hand and the left fingertip walk over towards the left foot, reaching for the outside corner near the pinky toe, keeping hips square, breathing deep here before the left hand extends up towards ceiling or sky and your gaze follows. As you exhale, soften, bringing the fingertips back to the center, and taking the movement in the hips that feels most accessible to you. Maybe rocking side to side, shifting the hips and the weight in the legs before walking fingertips over to the outside corner of the right foot near the pinky toe. Hands staying in place, hips squaring here, and then inhaling, drawing the right arm up towards ceiling or sky as the gaze follows. As you exhale, release the hand back down towards the center once again, walking them forward. Begin to shift the hips over to the left side, remaining on the toes, straightening the right leg and drawing the toes up towards ceiling or sky. Lengthen the spine here, allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears, breathing nice and deep into that right leg. Return the toes to the earth, heel toe the feet a little closer before shifting the weight over to the right toes, lifting the left foot, toes pointing towards ceiling or sky, lengthening the spine, relaxing the shoulders, placing foot down here. As you find the center, return the hips towards the sky, finding the center and slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, rising up towards ceiling or sky before exhaling back down towards the center of the earth, walking fingertips forward if that is available to you, before shifting the hips and dropping them down between the feet. Turn the toes outward, finding the length in the spine, pressing palms together for garland posture, elbows coming to the inner thigh or inner knee, before gently rocking the hips side to side. Plant the hands on the earth while drawing the hips up towards the ceiling, shaking out the hips, allowing head, neck, and shoulders to relax down towards the earth. Inhale, rising halfway up if that feels available to you, and again shaking out the hips or extending them side to side, gently rocking the back side of the body. With hips high, slowly begin to drop them down between the feet, finding your garland pose again. Elbows to inner thigh or knee, pressing the palms together, breathing deep here into the hips. Find the length in the spine before releasing fingertips down towards the earth. Again, taking your gaze forward and shifting the weight towards the toes. Try alternating lifting one foot or the other at a time. Notice and observe how this feels within the body before sending the hips back, raising them up to the sky. Inhale, sweeping all the way up, drawing the palms together and bringing them back down towards heart center. Shake out the hips here, extend fingertips down towards the earth, plugging in, focusing on the breath, remaining connected to your intention for your practice in this moment. As you inhale, sweep fingertips up towards ceiling or sky. Again, drawing the heart forward before pausing halfway, breathing into the backside of the body, engaging the core, maybe even pulsing here before taking a deep breath in and exhaling down towards the earth, releasing head, neck, and shoulders towards the earth before taking the feet out wide. Again, walking fingertips to the outer side of the left foot, Right hand is planted, inhaling, left arm up towards ceiling or sky. Your gaze follows the thumb. Ensure your arm is in your sight's vision and not reaching behind. Before releasing and taking the fingertips to the outer edge of the right foot, again, left arm inhaling up towards ceiling or sky. Your gaze follows. Bring both hands down, returning to the center. Heel toeing the feet closer together before shifting the weight over to the left toes, straightening the right leg, alternating between pointing the toes and flexing the foot. Finding the length in the spine, drawing shoulders away from the ears before rotating the foot down. Shifting the weight over to the right, stretching the right foot, extending the left leg, alternating between pointed toes and flexed feet here. Finding the length in the spine, shoulders relaxed. Returning to the center, bringing hips up towards ceiling or sky. Again, heel toeing the feet closer in together before planting the hands, dropping the hips, finding your garland posture. Palms come together, knees against inner thighs or elbows. As you exhale, planting the hands on the earth, gaze comes forward. And again, feel free to rock up to the tip of the tiny toes or raise one foot or the other at the same time. If it's available to you, again, squeeze belly button towards spine, raising both legs, pausing here, keeping your gaze forward, staying connected to the earth before releasing the feet down to your mat, heel toeing them in, raising hips up towards ceiling or sky. Inhale, rising halfway up. Exhale, releasing head, neck, and shoulders down. Walking fingertips forward, and then slowly beginning to drop the knees down towards your mat. Make your way to your knees, and then begin to take the knees wider than the hips. Once the knees are in place, take the feet out wider than the knees to release or soften the tension, turning the inner arch of the foot down towards the earth. Bring the fingertips in front of the hips or thighs, so you can use them as a kickstand to support yourself. Again, finding the length in the spine, release the shoulders away from the ears, finding frog posture. If it's available to you, come down to your forearms, allowing the heart to come towards the earth, breathing nice and deep and maybe even rocking gently side to side here, breathing into the hips. If it's available to you, begin to walk fingertips or arms out further away from the body, allowing the heart or the chin to fall down towards the earth. Hips stay high, knees stay planted, arches of the feet remain planted as you find frog pose a little deeper. Slowly begin to soften, walking the arms back in, pressing up to the forearms, and making our safe transition out, pressing up to the palms, rocking forward before slowly sweeping the feet in behind you, drawing the knees closer together, maybe gently rocking side to side, softening the hips before coming to all fours, taking a nice deep breath in here, and then pressing back. We're actually going to find puppy pose. So hips are high. Extend the fingertips forward, tilting them as if you're finding a child's posture. Except this time, as the hips are high, you're going to draw the belly and the heart, perhaps the chin or the forehead down towards the earth. You should feel an arch in the lower back. Again, hips are high. If you want to increase the intensity of the stretch, draw the chin towards the chest, lifting the forehead and gaze forward. Allow the heart to rest on the earth, breathing here deeply into the spine, front side of the body. As you exhale, soften, walking fingertips in, making your way to all fours. Find the center of your mat and gently press to the knees. Draw the hands towards the hips, making sure the feet are flattened behind you. Gaze is forward. We're going to gently tuck the tailbone, pushing the pelvic bone forward, squeezing belly button towards spine, lifting heart towards ceiling, and allowing the chin to lift up towards ceiling or sky. Inhaling all the way up overhead, and this time drawing the arms back behind you, again squeezing the glutes, pressing the pubic bone forward, maybe even pulsing as you lift the heart, and your gaze follows the fingertips. To counter this posture, we're going to come down into rabbit posture, drawing the head down towards the mat, maybe even resting it on the forearms, rounding the spine. As you inhale, gently begin to make your way back up to the knees. Again, soles of feet are flat, hands to the hips, tucking tailbone, sending pubic bone forward, lifting heart, inhaling, fingertips up towards ceiling or sky. As you draw the fingertips back, your gaze follows, opening up the chest and the heart. This time, inhale, we're backing to the center. Rolling shoulders back, take the hands to the heels or a block if that is available to you. Again, squeezing glutes, pressing hips forward, opening the heart and lifting the chin, taking your gaze back for a full camel posture. As you inhale, come back up towards the center, exhaling down into your rabbit posture, relaxing forehead towards the mat, towards the earth, relaxing the shoulders. As you inhale, slowly begin to come back up to the knees, inhaling, rising up towards the sun, gaze following fingertips, heart up towards the sky, hips pressing forward. As you exhale, gently release the fingertips back towards the heels, or keep a hand extended if that feels available to you. Rolling the shoulders back, passing them together, and then inhaling, coming forward, dropping forehead down towards the mat. Drawing forearms in and bringing the crown of the head to the top of your mat. Maybe interlacing the fingers and bringing them behind the head before rocking the hips forward, tucking the head, rolling forward into the shoulders. Grab your yoga strap or towel or tie and find a seated position at the very top of your mat. Extend the legs out so you find the length in your spine. And then hook your strap or tie or towel around the balls of the feet. You can draw the feet together if you want to feel a deeper stretch, or if you would like a little more spaciousness and ease on the core muscles, take the feet out a little bit wider. Take one side of the strap in each hand, maybe flexing the toes before relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, drawing the heart forward towards the toes. Once you're ready, taking the feet out nice and wide, take a deep breath in, maybe moving the muscle tissue underneath the hips. Find the length in the spine, once again drawing the feet together, and then slowly begin to squeeze belly button towards spine, holding on to the strap and lowering down towards the mat until you meet the earth. As you take a deep breath in, soften the knees, draw the feet up towards ceiling or sky, flexing the feet, continuing to hold the strap in the hands. Move the hands up towards the feet, but holding on to the straps, and gently pulling down, drawing the toes closer towards the head. Straighten the legs if that is available to you, taking the bend out of the knees, before taking the feet out wide and finding an assisted happy baby posture by holding on to the strap. Gently rock here side to side, and then slowly bringing the feet back up to the center. Release the right leg down to the mat, straightening the left leg, taking the strap into the left hand, both sides. Once you're ready, on your exhale, you're going to draw the toes towards the head, left hand's holding on to the strap. Allow the left leg to fall open here towards the left side of the body, coming down towards the left shoulders. But ensure that the right hip does not leave the mat here. Keep it connected with the earth, breathing nice and deep into the back side of the left leg and inner thigh. Notice what is happening with the breath before softening the knee, bringing it back up to center. So extend the right leg out straight, left arm comes out to the left side, right hand grabs the strap, drawing the left arm across the body. Your gaze turns toward the left shoulder for a deep spinal twist. Do your best here to make sure the left shoulder does not separate from the earth, breathing into the spine, staying connected here with the breath. As you exhale, soften the knee, bringing it up to the center, opening up the strap, taking one side in each hand, right foot coming up to meet the left. Again, straightening both legs, drawing the toes towards the head, breathe into the lower half of the body. Before slowly making your way back to the center, drawing legs up straight. Left leg comes out of the strap here, coming down to the mat, both sides of the strap into the right hand. straightening the right leg. As the right hand holds the strap, allow the right leg to fall open to the right side. Left hand is placed on the hip here to ensure the left hip does not leave the earth. Breathing nice and deep into the inner thigh and the back side of the right hamstring. Again, staying connected with the breath, soften the knee, coming back up towards the center. Both sides of the strap come into the left hand. Right arm falls out to the earth. Your gaze follows as the right leg comes across the left side of the body. Again, breathing deeply here for the reverse side of the spinal twist. Breathe, relaxing the right shoulder in towards the earth, allowing the spine to twist a little bit deeper. Slowly beginning to soften the knee here. Bringing the right leg back up towards the center. Opening the strap, welcoming both feet in before gently bending the knees, releasing the strap down to the side. And gently rocking again, side to side, similarly to how we began our practice. Maybe begin to draw those knee circles once again for the lower back, noticing how the tailbone connects with the earth. Begin to move even slower than before. Maybe taking it in the opposite direction. And notice what wisdom wants to come forward from the body here. And once ready, gently return to the center, planting the feet, keeping the knees bent. Begin to take the feet out wide before drawing the arms out to the sides, connecting with the earth. And then begin to windshield wiper the knees down towards the center of your mat, one by one. Again, softening the lower hips, the lower spine. Taking the feet out wider than the mat, even off the mat if available to you, before pressing the knees together towards the center of the mat. Take the breath here and direct it towards the tailbone where it meets the spine. Try to breathe into the space that you've created here. Once you're ready, slowly begin to lift the knees, returning them to the center. Heel-toeing the feet in into the soles of the feet come together. Knees fall out wide towards the earth. Place the hands here on the hips. Maybe even gently pressing down, allowing the knees and the thighs to fall closer towards the earth. Breathing deep here. Once ready, gently soften the knees, pressing them back together in the center. Drawing knees to chest, hands behind the knees. Take a deep breath in, squeezing and engaging the core, lifting forehead to the knees before releasing down towards the earth. We're going to do this a few more times. And in between, taking toe and ankle circles, softening the feet. Once again, once it's available to you and you're ready, returning to the center, take a deep breath in, drawing forehead towards knees, squeezing tight, exhaling down. Maybe releasing each leg, listening to its wisdom before returning the knees back to the chest, taking a deep breath in, forehead coming towards knees, before finally releasing all the way down to your mat or the earth underneath you. As a practice of liberation, give yourself permission to take up space. Allow the feet to fall out wide, wider than the mat. Arms to come outside of the mat. Recognizing that for no reason do you have to stay confined to a box, an ideology, a conditioning, an indoctrination. Begin to notice if this is comfortable or not for you and make adjustments as appropriate, maybe bending in one knee or the other, allowing tension to release from the lower back or spine. You may or may not continue to hear my voice, but stay connected with your breath in this moment. Constantly feeling free to adjust, taking the invitation to make your practice your own, and placing your body in an authentic way that feels good for you. Notice if the arms no longer want to be extended, if maybe they want to come to heart center with the hands, maybe even resting on the belly or the thighs. And take the movement that feels best to you. Once you're ready, maybe drawing the legs over, moving the hips to one side of the mat or the other, gently rolling over to one side. Pausing here, noticing the moment of transition, very similar to that Kapha energy of earth mixing with water, making mud, giving us an example on how to move and transition slowly between the seasons. Thanking your mind, your body, and your soul for choosing to be present today and show it for you in practice. Once you're ready, gently begin to press up to a comfortable seated position and finding the length in the spine. Extending the fingertips over the knees, maybe taking whatever final movements the body is asking for. Find the length in the spine, shoulders pressing towards the earth. Reconnecting with the breath. Bring fingertips outside of the hips, reaching towards the earth or plugging into the earth. And then once you're ready, taking that nice deep breath in and sweeping fingertips up overhead, reaching towards ceiling or sky. As you exhale, releasing the arms back down to the sides one more time. Lengthen the spine on your inhale, sweeping fingertips up towards ceiling or sky. And this time, joining the palms of the hands together before drawing them down to heart center. May all beings everywhere be happy, whole, and free. May we remember that our liberation is bound in each other's liberation. To this, we bow our heads, sealing our practice with thank you.
Thank you for joining me for today's practice. And please remember that your practice is very unique and individual to you. If you want to extend your Shavasana, know that I usually guide a good 10 to 15 minute Shavasana just to seal our class at the end, really let our intention sink in. But most of all, may all beings everywhere be liberated, whole, and free. May you remember that your liberation and my liberation are bound within each other. And to that, we seal our practice. Thank you for being here, and find me next time here at Kennae.com.